So here we are walking up on the garden, and you will see cucumbers that are climbing up this cattle panel. And I have a perennial garden right here. Coneflowers, daisies, baby's breath. I have a sedum right there. I have some black-eyed Susans also planted. They have not shown yet. Here's some vining or trailing nasturtiums. More coneflowers, petunia. There's some black-eyed Susans. I'm not sure what that pink flower is right here. And more baby's breath. This, I believe, I'm gonna say is a cucumber. Not real sure what it is. It's a volunteer, so we're very pleased about that. In here, you see a bunch of jalapeno peppers in this area here. And I have another, oh, where is it at? Right there. Another volunteer vining baby squash, cucumber, not sure what it is. And some more nasturtiums that have came up. In the first garden bed here, the raised bed, I have onions, sweet pepper, and salsa peppers. Here we have a beautiful ground cherry, and it is quite large. Nasturtium that's going to trail out of here. We got some Japanese beetles that are doing some damage, but I'm using some diatomaceous earth and trying to keep those under control. And look at these sweet potatoes here. It is quite beautiful, and we are going to have quite the harvest with that. And today we did harvest a lot of things, and I'm going to show you pictures at the end of this video. And again, here's the other side of that same bed with some onions and sweet peppers. I got some weeds. I'm real, people. I work all week long and I'm tired and I can't seem to control the weeds. Here's that vine again coming out into my pathway here in between my raised beds. These are Sugar Rush Peach spicy peppers here in this whole area here, as well as a habanero down there at the end. My garlic bed, how do you think of those? I got bunches of garlic. It's starting to die off. I've taken off the garlic scapes with the hard neck. You get that? Now this is a bad looking bed. I have had severe damage on my kohlrabies. I've put diatomaceous earth on it, just trying to keep the bug damage down, and it's just not working. Same way with my cabbages. Not sure what to put on that. So if you could tell me what to put on that, I would really appreciate it. I don't know what to put on my cabbage. Neem oil isn't working. I'm just not sure. We did pick 4 cabbages today, and they had some severe damage, but I've got it cleaned out, and we're gonna end up with several meals out of that. And here's some kale. I have some volunteer sunflowers. These were not planted there, and we just left them grow in these beds. It came from our topsoil that we used. Here is a beautiful bed of onions. These are Patterson onions all through here, and they will be great storage onions come fall. And I see a weed there. Today we also picked a load of carrots, and here you see those, and they're doing absolutely wonderful. And this is my asparagus bed right here. And right here you can see half of a row right here of cotton. My husband brought that home from Mississippi. He did some farming this spring in Mississippi, and even though we're in northern Indiana, we wanted to see what would happen. Here's my TP green beans. Those are purple green beans here, and they are also getting damage from the Japanese beetles, so I sprinkled them with diatomaceous earth as well. So as we continue around, we're walking around another raised bed. Here are potatoes, and they are doing phenomenal. I had one die off right here, but I also had a bunch die off in this bed right here, and we decided to try and dig them up and see what we had. We ended up with, at least 5 pounds of potatoes. Not a lot. There were some really tiny ones, but we had some quite large ones too. So we're very impressed that already in the season, we planted those March 30th, the end of March, and here we are June 30th, and they are done. So we were happy with that. These others are still growing nicely, and we'll harvest those at a later date. Here is some dill right here. The dill is just beautiful. I'm gonna come out and pick some of these heads off and get those for my canning. We have some rhubarb here. I picked a bunch of rhubarb today. And again, we have a vining, not sure what it is, something vining here. It looks like gourds maybe, but it was a volunteer. So we went ahead and let that just be. Stepping around my compost pile here, my straw bales, and bringing you to this side, and you can see, look at that, right there is a gourd, and here is those purple TP beans. I'm going to show you my end of my garden. I did get out here and already weed. We had a pumpkin plant right here. Not sure what happened, but we came out the other day and it was dying off, and it's totally dead, so we pulled it today. This is either delicata. I got some diatomaceous earth down in there. Some delicata squash and spaghetti squash also. Here's again diatomaceous earth around the base, and acorn squash, I believe. One of these are, but 3 different kinds of squash. Along these 2 cattle panels here, you can see I've got tomatoes and nasturtiums that have grown right here. I've got all different kinds of tomatoes here. They're indeterminate and determinate varieties, mainly for canning and eating this year. I've got more hot peppers, jalapenos along here, and you can see right along here, these are all hot peppers, as well as these 2. Right here is some cucumbers. We thought they were cucumbers that were like for canning, like munchers cucumbers, and we're not sure what they are. It looks like they're going to be Palace Kings. They just came up and seeds, and I just let them be. And again, here's tomatoes. These are some slicer tomatoes all the way down through here on this cattle panel. Sorry for the blurriness here, but all through here on this cattle panel. We had planted radishes in between down here, and those did phenomenal. Those were the English radishes, and they looked absolutely fabulous. Here is my zucchinis, diatomaceous earth again, down around the base. But we are really getting loads of zucchini off of these. And these plants, I'm not sure if you can tell how big they actually are, but they are quite large. The plants are just really producing this year. I am so happy. And I just spotted a jalapeno, so I went ahead and picked that. I thought I had picked it all this morning. I usually pick in the morning. One problem I'm seeing right now is when I came out, this zucchini plant is dying off. Again, not sure what happened. I'm assuming it was I'm assuming that it might be squash bug. I didn't see any squash bug, but I went ahead and treated it for that just in case with diatomaceous earth. And as we round about, this is this side of those cucumbers, and they are doing absolutely wonderful. And then I do plant some flowers along the edge of my garden. So this is just a short video so you can see how busy I've been in my garden, and I'm gonna back up here so you can see. Sorry about the wind and all the traffic here, but we live in a heavy traveled area. And there we go, there's the full garden. So thanks everyone for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. And as always, be blessed and laugh as much as you breathe. Have a great day, everyone.